I've been working on the straw bale studio here at the Caetani Centre in Vernon for, well, basically all the summer and part of the spring. And what I've been using to paint on the walls is a natural paint process, which is called milk painting. And the reason I chose milk paint for this particular project is because the walls are made of clay, and inside the clay is a core of straw, which needs to have the free passage of moisture in and out of the walls. And for the walls to properly breathe, it needs to have a proper paint on top that will breathe with the walls. And so milk paint is such a method. So what I do is I take a mixture of milk and lime, and I mix it with ground up pigments to create my images. Usually what I'll do is I'll put the white wash onto the walls first, and it does a really neat thing. When it dries almost instantly, it's like concrete. And when I wet it down again, it becomes totally transparent, and then it goes to white again once it's dry. Okay. The theme of the building is of course going to be a nature theme. I'm going to try and blend it into the natural surroundings as well as I can. Of course, I'm looking at chestnut trees around me, and I'm trying to emulate the chestnut tree images onto this particular wall, so that when they're in full bloom in the spring and the summer, it just sort of blends right in with the surroundings. Same with the front wall. It's a slightly different theme. It was more of an oriental image that sort of suggested itself to me. Ideally, I'd like to have this finished by the end of this fall. The way things are going, I think I'm on track to do that. On the back wall, it's going to be a desert kind of a picture. I haven't researched what the images are going to be on there specifically yet, but the colors and the sky seem to suggest a desert. This wall was actually the first wall I started on. I started on this corner, and before I discovered that whitewashing the clay actually makes it easier to paint on, I first painted this particular section without whitewash. So there's a bit of a difference in terms of the color absorption and the look of the colors between painting them onto darker clay or painting them onto a whitewash. The Caetani Centre also had built on top of this structure what's called a living roof or a green roof, and it's been totally prepared to have soil on top of it, and then what they're going to do is plant plants in there that are self-spreading and that provide ground cover and also are drought tolerant. It's been quite a learning curve to actually go and do this, and well, I feel grateful that I've had this opportunity to explore this medium and to explore fresco here at the Caetani Centre. It's been a very inspiring